Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and I've got another Destiny 2 video for you guys, this time with a brand new build that I am absolutely in love with. Suspend has been replaced in Strand by some other options, and I wanted to talk about them today because it's been way too much fun. So jumping right in, I am running, obviously, the Strand subclass for the Titan. We've got the standard Frenzy Blade, standard Super, and all that kind of stuff. I am running Grapple, but I'll explain why in a little bit. This doesn't really matter so much. You can swap this out if you want. I just want the lowest cooldown, which is why I'm rocking Grapple personally. But where things get spicy is Banner of War. This is the brand new Strand aspect you can get from completing a quest on the Amuna. The quest is super simple. You go to Nimbus and then go do the Veil Containment for the week, and he'll grant you this pretty easily, so you don't actually have to do a full-blown mission or anything like that. And I highly recommend getting this if you like melee builds, if you like sword builds. Any of these are going to be very effective. So what does it do? Defeat a target with a melee attack, finisher, or sword to raise a banner of war that pulses with energy, periodically healing nearby allies and increasing melee and sword damage. Targets defeated by you and your nearby allies charge the banner, increasing the speed of its pulses. This thing is absolutely insane. It is a walking well of radiance. It is hilarious, and I highly recommend chasing this down as soon as possible because it is fantastic. It is one of my favorite aspects we've ever gotten in the entire game. Now, where do I pair this with? Of course, it's Fletched Storm. So this is going to do the when sliding, activate your charge melee ability to leap in the air, knocking nearby targets away and dealing damage. While airborne, activate your charge melee again to launch a cluster of damaging, unraveling projectiles, repeatedly activating melee with chain additional throws. This works with the Banner of War, so if you get a kill with Fletched Storm, you will get this Banner of War buff, which is phenomenal, and I absolutely love it. I am in love. It is fantastic. I use it in every activity I possibly can. Now, as far as my fragments, I've got Rebirth, which Strand Weapon Final Blows have a chance to create a thread link. I'm actually running a triple Strand build for this for this very reason. Same thing with this. Powered Melee Final Blows grant your Strand weapons unraveling rounds. Permanent, basically. This is Thread of Propagation. And then we got Thread of Transmutation when you have Woven Mail. Weapon Final Blows create a tangle. Gonna create tangles pretty much all the time once again. And then Thread of Warning, picking up an Orb of Power against Woven Mail. Having Woven Mail for that damage resistance is nice. You're gonna be healing a lot, but it's also nice to have that overshield so you don't get stomped into oblivion. That you'll see that in some types of content. Now, as far as the weapons go, I am rocking my Rufus's Fury. I was having on the 7.7 Carbon at first, but I wanted to go triple Strand for this one, and so that's why I changed it up. I don't have the best roll rewind rounds in Hatchling, but this one is very, very good regardless, and it's one of the better auto rifles, Strand auto rifles in the game. Highly recommend chasing this down. I'm also rocking Tessellation. This damage type matches your subclass. Fusion rifle is hilarious, and you can rock it for the first time with a triple Strand build or a triple Stasis build if you'd like to do that, if you want to lean into those properties. And it benefits from all of the fragments and stuff that I'm running, so that way I can get it unraveling rounds. I can create Strand tangles, all that kind of good stuff. Tessellation benefits from all of that. Plus, I use my grenade to charge this up, so that's why I'm running the grapple. I don't use the grapple all the time. Instead, I'll charge up my Tessellation for a bigger damage. So this one is very nice, and I do like the fact that I can now finally run triple of the same type as far as like Strand and Stasis. Obviously, we can do that before with your other light subclasses. I'm also running Thin Precipice. This is not the best sword of the game. It is a vortex frame, so it's pretty good, but you can change this out if you want to. If you don't want to run triple Strand, that's okay. But for me personally, I just wanted to fit with the theme. I do like the sword. There's other options. You can go back to Old Faithful Fallen Guillotine if you'd like to, but for me, I wanted to use this, especially with collective action, because I'm going to be tossing tangles quite a bit. This is going to allow me to get that increased damage and then fairly consistently, which is very nice, and so that's why I'm rocking the Thin Precipice, and just in general, benefiting from all the bonuses that I'm getting from Strand weapons is very nice. Having that all synergized for me personally, it makes life a lot easier. As far as the Mods that I'm rocking, I do have Harmonic Cipher, Special and Heavy Ammo Finders, and then we've got the Stronghold Exotic Gauntlets. This is going to give me a bonus to guarding with swords. If you're not staying alive with the Banner of War, you're staying alive because of the blocking with the swords, you can really face tank a lot with this. It is crazy. Between Woven Mail, between blocking with your sword and healing from the Banner of War, you are almost indestructible, which is what you need to be, especially as you get into a little bit harder content with melee and sword builds. So that's why I love this so much personally. Then we've got Strand Reserves, melee damage resistance, and Loosened Blade. Then we've got Absolution, Strand Weapon Surge, and Invigoration. And then finally, Distribution Bomber and Time Dilation. So all of that combines really well. It's going to be very nice. I'm obviously rocking Max Resilience, Max Strength for this, so you can kind of adjust for whatever fits your playstyle. Now, jumping into the gameplay, I just wanted to talk about the way this plays in a variety of different content, right? Certain bosses, this is going to be kind of tough just because you don't have that heavy damage against bosses that are not on the ground that you can't sword or melee. But that being said, your super does work out really, really well against those. The super of this Strand subclass actually is a lot better than I think people realize. Even now that Suspend has been nerfed, I still think this one is actually really, really good, and I love it. But overall, the general gameplay is just way too much fun. You can be the frontline sword and shield tank that I've always wanted in this game, and it's fantastic. It works out well. You can run a whole team of sword users if you want to. You have that Banner of War up, you're going to get in there, you're going to stay alive, and it's going to make life much, much easier. You're not going to constantly need a Well of Radiance, even though the Well obviously is going to be better because it buff it. But if you have a boss that's moving, once you get that Banner of War up, it follows you the entire time. So that's going to allow you to move around while using that, which is very nice. I absolutely love that. And yeah, it feels kind of busted, if I'm being honest. I really enjoy the new aspect, but it feels fairly broken, at least in my early testing so far. But anyway, I want you guys to go out and try this yourselves. It is a lot of fun. I highly recommend using it. I love it so much. And if you really want to make a sword build, then definitely go snag Banner of War as soon as possible. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously, shows you want to see more Destiny 2 content from me going forward. I really do appreciate it. It's been fun doing a bit of variety on the channel, but I will be having a lot of Destiny 2 content for the foreseeable future. There's a lot to cover, a lot of weapons and armor and all that kind of stuff to really go over. My name is Jopa. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.